Here with Pat H.D. Berry, obviously taking on Shawn Jordan. Big scrap on Saturday night. First thing I want to ask you, did you fly or did you drive here?
You know what? The plan was to drive from Minneapolis. It's like an 8-hour drive. That was the plan. Unfortunately, we were still in Denver, and that 19-hour drive, not me. I still wanted to. The UFC office said it was unacceptable. No way. I was like, no, really, I'm going to drive 18 hours. I don't care. They're like, no, can't be done. I must fly in. So I flew in.
For those that don't know, yourself and your better half, Rose Namajunas, don't like flying.
Airplanes are not natural, man. I don't know why they're so high. How is this metal float in the sky? I don't know. We're rocketing through the air. And you know what's the worst part? Is really when the airplane starts slowing down. I'm like, yo, you can never hit the brakes in a plane, right? Shouldn't we be constantly speeding up? Like by the time we get to wherever we're going, we should be doing 200 million miles an hour. Like, that's just my thing. I don't know. Metal shouldn't fly.
Leading up to this card here, I personally have been sick and tired of listening or reading some of the headlines and listening to the fans on Twitter. UFC 161 sucks, blah, 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 and it's so disrespectful to guys like you who are on the card. I've never seen a Pat Berry fight that sucks, to be honest with you, but what do you say to the critics that have problems with this card?
Everybody who is out there writing UFC 161 sucks and the card is going to suck are still going to show up. See, that's the thing. They're talking all that. They're saying all this nonsense, and they're still going to be here. They're still going to be, oh, man, you know what? Whose fight just recently happened? Kane beat Bigfoot in like 1 minute and 31 seconds. I had people walking up to me going, man, what did you think about that main event? I was like, it was awesome. Shut up. And they're like, oh, man, 1 minute and 31 seconds. I just wish it would have been longer. Like longer what? Like, what? Okay, let's extend that fight 12 minutes. So for 12 minutes, what? This? Like, would you rather see that, people? Would you rather see for 12 minutes? Or would you rather see a guy get in there, throw 2 punches, punch a guy, knock his brain out of his head, and that's it? Like, people, you just can't be, you can't win. You can't win. Either you lose, and if you win too fast, you lose, and if you win too impressively, you lose. Like, you can't.
Competing in Canada.
I bet they'll all be here. Man, it sucks, man. They're going to be here. They're probably out there right now.
Competing in Canada.
I'm sorry.
You are beloved in Canada. Not because of me, because of the radio show, because every time you come on the radio show or TV show, you know, you do cause a disaster, but you are loved out here. What's it like competing now for you? Are you nervous to compete for these Canadian fans?
And you know what, man? I've generally come up through the ranks in my fighting career with the bigger the crowd, the more intimidating it is. And I personally would like to fight Shawn at the gym back in Denver when no one's in there. Like, that'd be great. If the crowd wasn't there, if the lights weren't blinking, there was no music playing, if we just, hey, let's just spar and we actually fight, like, that would be ideal. But that was when it was coming up. Now, I don't know, man. You know, the jitters from the crowds that you get and whatnot it's cool. But when you know that everybody's there, got your back, everybody's on your side, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. It's been a great feeling since we've only been here for like a day, and it's been great, man. Everywhere we go, like, just the 6 people that have recognized me so far, like, have been like, ah, Pat, and I'm like, yes, and we hug and whatnot. I mean, it's been man, it's great, especially the crowd out there behind this thing right here, this tarp.
Interesting story between you and Shawn Jordan. Number one, give us a scouting report on Shawn and talk about the friendship you guys have.
Shawn and I have been knowing each other for a few years now. Now, we've never had slumber parties, not yet. I don't know why he won't come over. We haven't had slumber parties, but we've been knowing each other from LSU for a while now. We've always heard each other's names. We've always heard the stories of each other, both being fighters. And then we've bumped into each other quite a few times. I'm like, we've bumped into like each other like here and there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We've been in touch over the phone all the time. Like, Shawn and I have been, we go back a little bit. Not the most, but we know each other pretty well.
So it's safe to say between both you guys, loved standing and banging. What kind of fight can we expect on Saturday night? And do you have a perfect fight? You've told me before you want to get a submission, another submission at least, try and submit a guy. But what is your perfect fight on Saturday night?
Saturday night, my perfect fight, all right, this is going to be out of the ordinary. My ideal fight is to walk to the octagon, get greased down, get in the cage, stand there and hold my hands in the air and get ready for this, and then for them to announce his name, and he walk out and halfway out, he twists his ankle, and the fight's canceled. That's ideal. If all of a sudden he twists his ankle walking up the stairs and he can't make it, he knocks a tooth out, especially this one, like, that would be ideal. But if the fight actually happens on Saturday, which it will, 1-2 punches. I mean, personally, I don't want to fight for 15 minutes. That's dumb. I don't know. I like to get in there and I like to just 1 punch. Over. Now, what to expect? I have no idea. Shawn and I are almost the same height. I think I might have him by half inch. I don't know. He's humongous. I'm not small. I've got more sexy lady legs. You know, it's down there, but you can't see those. $2. But, you know, he's a knockout artist and a football player. He's got a fast twitch. He's ridiculously strong. I tend to bring what I bring to the table, man. I'm throwing heat at anything that stands across from me. The ref gets too close, he's going down too. It doesn't matter. When the bell rings, I'm throwing thunder until somebody goes to sleep.
I was going to take shots at Rose because she walked by me. She didn't even say hi to me. She's just, obviously she's getting bigger. She's winning these fights. She's too big to say hi to me now. But then you said, Joe, she's taking her hair down. You need to shut your mouth.
Hair comes down, you run for your life.
So Rose, your hair's down. Does this mean I'm in trouble, or are we still friends?
Oh no, this means that you good now. When it comes up, that's when you got to worry.
Pat says you got recognized by 6 people so far in Winnipeg. Is that true, or are you guys actually getting recognized?
I think it's just because of him, though. I don't think anybody would. I think I look nicer in person. That's why.
Someone walked up and said, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, are you Rose?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, sorry."
Yeah, somebody in the crowd just said, "Forget Pat, there's Rose on stage."
I think that was me.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. I thought that voice sounded familiar.
We had a conversation. We just talked to Pat about flying. You don't like flying either. He doesn't like flying.
I did until like a recent, trip to Las Vegas, and when we tried to go there, the plane went down, and then we went back, and the same thing happened.
Two emergency landings, 2 flights in a row, back to back within 5 days. We landed on a runway like Die Hard 2 with the police lights and the fire trucks everywhere. 2 emergency landings within 5 days.
I want to ask you one question. What's more stressful, you fighting in Invicta or this guy in the corner?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably this guy in the corner.
What's it like though? Because I mean, you're high strung as it is, and then you've got Rose fighting in the cage. We've seen the videos. How difficult is it though? Don't you wish you'd rather be in there?
Oh, any day.
Not fighting a woman, but.
Hey man, I've some of the girls she's going up against, especially this next one coming up July 13th. I might have to fight. I mean, Tisha Torres is a monster, man. She's a monster now. We're the same height, so she's 3'11" also. But nah, man. When I'm there with Rose, like watching her, it's the best of both worlds. It's the worst thing ever because I would love to jump over the cage and like take over and save the day and whatnot. You know, I would love to do that. I'd love to do that. I'd love to fly over the cage, take over, like make sure that she doesn't have to go through any of that. But at the same time, I also have the best seat in the house because I get to sit there and I get to watch something special.
You don't sit.
Magic, man.
You don't sit.
I hover around the stool.
Honestly, as loud as he is and as loud as, like I'm surprised with the footage they get of you cornering me afterwards because I don't hear nothing. Like I'm just
How you gonna see that on camera?
How
you don't hear me?
I think like subconsciously I do, but like
man.
Because I'm like a robot, I just tune out.
Do you see, whenever Rose gets ready for fights, whether it's the weigh-in or leading up to the cage or when her name's getting announced, who is that person? Because the Rose that I know is this sweet girl, and then when she's in there, it's just like, who is that?
Right. That's like I said, the joy that one of the greatest parts of Rose fighting and me being there for her fights is I have the best seat in the house. I get to watch something spectacular, some type of magical like instances happening right there because there is a complete transformation. I told you when she lets the hair down. This one is still up. You're safe for now. When this
I'm guarding my jaw right now, as you can see. My shoulders up.
When that one comes down, it's over with. But she transforms into something completely different. It's like, really, it's like, I mean, the big joke is that she's fighting for potatoes. Like, if I don't win, we don't eat. Like, and that's one big driving force, man. I don't know if it's a motherly instinct because she's not a mother, but it's just something inbred, something in there, man. Just, it all comes out on whoever's standing across from her. Whatever's standing across from her. It doesn't matter, bro. Like I said, the cameraman, the ref, you getting too close to anything, you never know when it's going to happen, and she's got that. And that's what a lot of people don't have. You can have all the skill in the world with no heart, but you'll never beat all the heart in the world with no skill. And you've got all the heart in the world and all the skill in the world. How really do you compete with that? Like, that's...
This was a fight I was hoping would never take place because they are my 2 favorite. I shouldn't say that because I love all the Invicta fighters, but Tisha Torres and Rose Namajunas. It's a fight I didn't want to see happen, but it's going to happen. It's a great matchup. What are we going to see when you guys actually get locked in that cage and the referee steps out of the way?
Exactly what you expect. Expect fireworks. Expect us to punch each other. Expect us to kick each other. Spin kick. It don't matter. Like we're throwing everything. We're throwing everything with heat, and expect excitement.
So as we close off this,
me to come flying over the cage and leg drop Tisha. I have to at least once in this fight.
Oh, throwing her against the cage first.
She's that tough. She's bad, man.
She's phenomenal. She backs. She'll throw a side kick backing up.
Yeah, that's what's great about it, and that's why I might have to come and leg drop her off the top rope, is because ever since we've seen Tisha fight the first time, we knew it. As soon as we saw her walk in, the first 3 punches she threw, we're like, yep, you'll be fighting her really soon. Like, that's exactly, like, we knew that. And this is the fight that you said a lot of people didn't want to see because everybody loves them both. But this is the fight that has to happen. Yeah. Tisha and Rose have to happen, man. It has to. And she's a monster.
Will you guys be upset if I don't watch that fight?
Yeah.
I'll send you a text message after. Don't worry. I'll send you a text message from in mid-ring with Tisha under my leg and Rose got her in the arm. I'll send you a message from there and let you know if you should watch it or not.
I might need some protection walking the streets of Winnipeg because I was warned it could be a crazy town at night. That's what I thought.
I'm the one to call, not him.
There you have it. Rose Namajunas. Pat Barry. Always misbehaving. Thanks for your time, guys. Thank you very much.
Anytime, man. Y'all be cool. Thank you.
Thank you.